Yeah, so. All right, guys, real quick, I just want to talk about hand placement and the importance of hand placement, right? Especially when we hitting mitts, when we shuttle boxing, hitting the bag, sparring, definitely fighting, right? So, but let me explain the different hand placement. And I want you to do these things with a conscious effort. Because sometimes you can mix it up. But sometimes, like I say, the bad place is when you see a beginner and they're doing this, they're moving around, or they're kind of moving their head, and their hand placement is good, or their hands are like this, okay? All that is bad, right? Basic fundamental hand placement, guys, and I say this because I'm gonna task you, right? I'm gonna give you a challenge to have the discipline to keep your hands right here, okay? This is hand placement, not tight, and I'm gonna explain the different type of hand formations, right? Okay, but the basic fundamental hand placement should be here. One hand by the cheekbone, other hand in front, right? This is where I'm gonna box or kickbox or move, land my strikes, right? Now, if you, let me explain this, right? Hand, cheekbone level should just right underneath the your eyesight, so I'm not right here and I'm not too low, just mid-grade. So if I need a block, I can go from here. I need to go to the body, I can drop down, okay? So I challenge you just to start with that. Okay, get away from moving side to side or anything like that. Okay, so now let's talk about other styles of hand placement. Once you understand the fundamental, you have the good discipline. Obviously. I'm sorry, these guys over here playing around.
Hand placement.
Let's talk about the other styles of hand placement once you have a good grasp of the fundamental, right? So I do it better from a southpaw stance, right? So sometimes I'm in long range, right? My hand is long range. Now I do that, but I'm just longer than a person. And I'm trying to pick them apart, boom, and move. That one requires more footwork, okay? Because I can't just stand here because the guy's gonna try to get in on me, especially if they're shorter and they're a little bit more powerful. So I gotta be the move side, I gotta be the cut the corner, I gotta be the pull. So I boom, 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 and I gotta move, boom, and move, boom, boom. But sometimes I'm in long range. Other times, sometimes when I'm the shorter person, that's kind of like most of my career. When I did fight, I was a shorter person, then I have to be tighter. So that's when I'm like, looking like Mike Tyson. And on my hands, and I'm moving, my guard is a little bit tighter, and I'm trying to land maybe some powerful hooks, maybe some uppercuts. I'm trying to get in, maybe attacking the body, okay, but I'm a little tighter, okay? So now you understand when to use it, when not to use it. But I always start here and just in my fundamental stance. Long range, short range. Let me tight, okay? Other one we can use is maybe a low guard, right? And I like to use a low guard because a lot of times I snap a good jab coming from the ground, boom, and it surprises people, right? Pop, pop. Sometimes they don't see it. Sometimes it's hard to see a punch coming from the ground up, right? But once again, I do that with a conscious effort. And if I'm going to do that, a couple of things I have to have in mind. A, my right hand is up. So I'm not both my hands are down, so my right hand is up. Pop. Because I use this right hand a lot of times for a lot of defenses. Maybe I have my shoulder rolls and things like that. Depending if it's boxing or kickboxing. I'm not the biggest fan of doing shoulder roll with kickboxing. I shoulder roll and the guy kick me. So if it's more boxing centric, then I may use this, okay? The other one, last one, after I perfected all the other styles, then I do the no guard, right? That's when my hands down, I'm trying to be a little bit fancy. I'm trying to be a Roy Jones. Okay, a couple things I have to have in my pocket. One is speed and reaction time, which is kind of like the same thing, right? Reaction is more of the movement, speed, and I'm just fast, right? So I can't be here and be super slow and get popped in the mouth, and then I look even more stupid, trying to be fancy, and then I get popped, okay? But if I'm right here, and I'm also trying to bait. You're gonna see a couple things that I'm doing. This back foot is ready. I gotta be ready. So there's no way that I could be down, right, and be super heavy on my back leg. A lot of times I'm right here, hey, boom, because I'm trying to bait him, I'm trying to bait him, and this movement has to be ready, right? I also can use my head movement, okay, and do slips and rips. So that's all about baiting to get that guy to engage on you, okay? But you gotta be ready to defend and move and to counter. And that's important. That's the last time to drive home. That doesn't make sense if you make a miss and you don't do shit with it. My whole goal of doing that is to punch them. My whole goal in almost everything I'm doing is to punch someone. Okay? And then secondary is probably not to get punched. And maybe sometimes 50-50. But my whole, you can't win a fight if you don't throw a punch. Right? It's like stepping up to the bat. You can never hit a home run if you don't swing at the bat. So it doesn't matter what guard I'm using if I'm not letting my hands go. Okay? So use your guard to make sure your offense is impeccable, but also your defense is just there too, right? Okay? All right, so there's different styles of guards. Hard work, dedication.